What's up? Kevin here. So if you've been using wood cutting hand tools for any period of time, I'm sure you have some method for sharpening the blades on those tools, or at least you should, right? I just wanted to share briefly the method that I have chosen. I've been using this method for about 10 years and I'm completely happy with it. It's the sandpaper adhered to glass method. This wasn't my invention. I'm sure this has been around for a long time. I'm not sure where I picked it up, but it's a method I've been using for a long time and it works great. There's many benefits to it. I use it for all of my sharpening. I use it to sharpen the irons on my planes, my carving knife, the blade on my spoke shave, chisels, using the Veritas chisel sharpener. I even sharpen my spoon gouge on it, the rounded edge of the spoon gouge. I like that it's a no-brainer. I like that you don't have to really maintain it other than replacing the sandpaper. There's no surface to make sure it's flat. The glass will stay flat forever. All you really need is a good piece of tempered glass, preferably, and several different grades of high-quality sandpaper and some spray adhesive. It's very obvious when it's time to replace the sandpaper. You know, when you've used up every square inch of the sandpaper, you pull it off, cut a new piece, and spray the back of it with some spray adhesive. You're good to go. What I have here is just two pieces of tempered glass. These actually came off of fireplace doors. They're really nice because they're heavy duty, they're tempered, obviously. They're about 1/4 inch thick, they've got rounded edges. I also like that these are very accessible. You can just store this piece of glass. You can store two of them on top of one another. They take up like no space. You can put them up on a shelf, you can lean them up against something. And when I'm working on a project like, gouging a soup ladle or something, and I'm using a lot of different hand tools, I'll just leave this out on a bench across the room, and I can just walk over there, put a new edge on my spoon gouge or my carving knife, and be back working just in a matter of a minute or so. You don't have to get a stone out of water and put it on a stand and have a big production. It's very simple. A couple quick tips on using this method. When you're changing the sandpaper on the glass, make sure you use some naphtha or something to clean off that glue. Also, the spray adhesive, if that's what you're using, adheres to the glass a lot better if the glass is warm. My basement, it's like 60 degrees right now, so I had to set this glass in front of a little space heater and warm it up. The other thing is, organize your sandpaper on each piece of glass in a way that works for you. What I do is I have a 600, 1000, and 2000 grit on one piece because that's what I use the most. That's what I use to just touch up all the edges of my tools. Then on this sheet, on this piece of glass, I have 2000, 3000, 4000, and 5000, which I don't use as frequently as this. On the other side of this one, I have the more coarse grits, like the 100 through 400 grit, which I seldom use. Basically, I just use those if I were going to set a new angle on a chisel, basically regrind it. So you got a lot of options. I mean, I have a total of probably 10 different grits of sandpaper, across both of these pieces of glass. You also might want to leave a little space on the glass so you can write, the grit number on there. Because like mine, the 600 and the 1000 are both black, so they look very similar. So, okay, well that's all I really have to share with you on this topic. I'm trying to make videos that I would have wanted to watch like 12 years ago when I first got into woodworking. So many things that I just had to learn through trial and error and research and find out either through magazines or television shows or online forums. So the type of videos I'm going to make are basically talking to me 12 years ago. So if you like the video, do the thing. Please subscribe. I'm going to make more in the future, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and another benefit is you can sharpen your cat's claws on these. Just kidding. She doesn't need them sharpened for sure.